Mental resilience isn't an accident, it's an art. And like any great work of art, it requires patience, discipline, and the right tools. Picture this. You're facing a moment of adversity, a crushing loss, an overwhelming challenge, or just the steady grind of life. Do you break or do you rise? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king of Rome, didn't just write about resilience, he lived it. He ruled an empire plagued by wars, betrayal, and pandemics, yet his meditations reveal a mind as steady as a mountain. Today we're uncovering 10 hidden keys to mental resilience, inspired by his wisdom. These aren't surface-level tips. These are transformative principles to fortify your soul. Number 1. Control what you can. Let's start with the foundation. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about this for a second. How often do you let things outside your control dictate your emotions? The weather ruins your plans, someone cuts you off in traffic, or your co-worker's attitude puts you in a bad mood. But here's the Stoic truth. The only thing you truly control is your reaction. Take Marcus himself. Imagine being the ruler of Rome. You're managing wars on multiple fronts, navigating political treachery, and dealing with a plague ravaging your empire. Could he control the invaders, the disease, number? But he controlled his mind, his choices, his focus. The next time life tests your patience, whether it's a delayed flight, a rude stranger, or a failed project, ask yourself, am I reacting to what's outside my control? Redirect that energy inward. Resilience begins where complaint ends. Number 2. Embrace discomfort as training. Here's a hard pill to swallow. Mental resilience isn't built in comfort. Marcus Aurelius believed adversity was a gift. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." You're at the gym, lifting weights. The struggle you feel isn't the enemy. It's the very thing building your strength. Life works the same way. Every challenge, every hardship, every moment of discomfort is training for your soul. The Stoics saw obstacles not as barriers, but as stepping stones. Start small. Take cold showers to test your discipline. Skip a meal to build self-control. Confront that one task you've been avoiding. These are minor discomforts, but they prepare you for life's bigger battles. The more you lean into discomfort, the less it controls you. Number 3. Practice negative visualization. Imagine losing everything, your home, your job, the people you love. It's a dark exercise, but the Stoics called it premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. Why would anyone dwell on such grim thoughts? Because imagining the worst prepares you for it. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of life's impermanence, writing, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." By facing the possibility of loss, you become less afraid of it. Instead of living in fear, you live with gratitude. Think about your morning coffee. If you knew today's cup was your last, would you savor it more? Probably. That's the power of negative visualization. It transforms fear into appreciation. Take 5 minutes each morning. Visualize one thing you value, your health, a loved one, or even your freedom, and imagine losing it. Then return to reality with a renewed sense of gratitude. Resilience isn't about denying life's fragility, it's about embracing it. Number 4. Detach from outcomes. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." In other words, stop worrying about how your actions will be judged. Focus on doing the right thing, regardless of the outcome. Have you ever worked tirelessly on something, a project, a relationship, a personal goal, only for it to fall apart? It hurts, doesn't it? But the Stoics teach us that the effort matters more than the result. You are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you show up. Imagine training for a marathon. You give it your all, but on race day, an injury forces you to stop. Is your effort wasted? A Stoic would say no. The discipline, the growth, the lessons you gained in training, that's what matters. Outcomes are fleeting. Character is eternal. Number 5. Treat every day as a life. This is one of Marcus's most powerful lessons. Do every act of your life as if it were your last. Here's the question you need to ask yourself. If today were your final day, how would you spend it? Most of us live as if we have an infinite number of tomorrows. We put off the things that matter, apologies, risks, dreams, thinking we'll get to them eventually. But eventually, it is a myth. Think of Steve Jobs, who famously asked himself every morning, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? If the answer was no for too many days in a row, he knew it was time to change something. Your resilience grows when you stop procrastinating your purpose. Make today count, because there are no guarantees for tomorrow. Number 6. Be brutally honest with yourself. Epictetus, another Stoic legend, said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Resilience begins with humility, the courage to face your own flaws. Are you avoiding an uncomfortable truth about yourself? Maybe you're too reactive. Maybe you're stuck in a toxic cycle of procrastination. A true Stoic doesn't run from these truths, they dissect them. Honesty is the scalpel, and self-awareness is the cure. Spend 10 minutes today reflecting on one area of your life where you're falling short. Write it down. Acknowledge it without judgment. Then ask yourself, what's one small step I can take to improve? Number 7. Remember death. Daily memento mori. Remember, you will die. It's a sobering thought, but for the Stoics, it was also empowering. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. If death is inevitable, why waste time on trivialities? Why let fear hold you back? Every moment you spend arguing on Twitter or scrolling mindlessly through TikTok is a moment you'll never get back. Imagine you're debating whether to pursue a passion, maybe learning guitar or starting a business. What's stopping you? Fear of failure? Judgment? A Stoic would ask, what's the worst that can happen? In the face of mortality, most fears shrink to nothing. Number 8. Seek perspective in chaos. When life feels overwhelming, Marcus would zoom out. He wrote, think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. The next time you're spiraling over something, whether it's a tough conversation or a career setback, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, let it go. Resilience comes from this ability to reframe chaos as temporary and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Number 9. Anchor yourself in virtue. For the Stoics, living virtuously was the ultimate goal. Marcus said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Think of virtue as your North Star. In a world full of shortcuts and compromises, resilience means staying true to your principles. It's about doing what's right, even when it's hard. Imagine a situation where lying could save you from embarrassment. A true Stoic wouldn't lie, not because it's easier, but because it's right. Resilience isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about enduring it with integrity. Number 10. Build a fortress of inner peace. Marcus Aurelius believed the ultimate form of resilience was an unshakable mind. He wrote, you have to assemble your life yourself, action by action. Imagine standing in the middle of chaos, work stress, family drama, financial pressure. What if, amidst all of that, you had a sanctuary within yourself? Resilience isn't about avoiding storms, it's about finding calm in the middle of them. Dedicate time each day to mindfulness. Whether it's meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in silence, cultivate that inner fortress. The world will keep throwing storms at you. Your job is to stand firm. Resilience is a skill, not a gift. Each challenge you face, each setback. Good day.